Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about factoring special cases. Specifically, this video is going to be about the difference of squares special case. So back when we were doing multiplying special cases, multiplying binomial special cases, we did the same special cases, but we went the other direction. So we had two things in parentheses, we multiplied them together. So let me just remind us of what that looked like. So if I had this, I knew that if I FOILed it out, right, I did x times x is x squared plus 2, let's do it in this order, plus x times negative 2 is negative 2x. 2 times x is positive 2x. Negative 2x plus 2x is 0, so that middle term cancels. And then we had 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, so this would have been x squared minus 4. So we did that back in multiplying, and that was just kind of a summary of what we did. But basically, we're going to be going the other direction now. So we're going to have something like this, and we're going to be getting something like this. So the point is that if we have something that is a difference of squares, so this is a perfect square, and this is a perfect square, and there's a minus in the middle, it does not work if there's a plus, only if there's a minus in the middle. Then when I factor, I'm going to have two parentheses, just like always, but they're going to be the same, except one is going to have a plus and one's going to have a minus. And the thing in front is going to be the square root of this one. So the square root of x squared is just x. And the square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so remember the square root of x squared, right, is the same thing as not square root. It's the same thing as x to the, right, because the square root becomes the denominator of my exponent, so that's just x. So whenever we have something in a square root, we can just divide the exponent by 2. So in this case, we just get x. So let's do some examples with this. So that's the pattern that all of these are going to follow. Okay, it's going to be one parentheses is going to be plus, one's going to be minus, and the front one is going to be, the front one is going to be the front thing, square root of the first one, and the second thing is going to be the square root of the second one. So let me do some examples. So first of all, I need the square root of this. The square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of x squared is just x. Remember, because we're just dividing the exponent by 2. So the square root of the whole first thing is just 2x, and then the square root of 25 is 5. So I get 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. And we don't have to do any of our other factoring methods because we know that this is true, because we know that back when we learned how to multiply these out, we figured out that when I multiply something that is in this form, that middle term always disappears. So that's why they're the same, because I need that middle term to disappear or cancel out, right? So this is the answer to factoring this. So let's do another example. So again, I have, so I need to find the square root of this. So the square root of 4 is 2. Square root of a squared is just a, plus square root of 1 is just 1. And then 2a minus 1. So whatever you get in the first one, the second one's always exactly the same. It just has a minus instead of a plus. And continuing on. So in this one, I'm going to do this example as well because now we have a 4 here. So in this one, we have a 25. So square root of 25 is 5. Square root of n to the 4th. Remember that taking the square root is just the same as dividing that exponent by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is just 2. So n squared plus square root of 9 is 3. And then 5n squared. Sorry, I already did plus. It's supposed to be minus. 5n minus 3. So that's really all there is to factoring difference of squares. So really the main thing is just recognizing that it's a difference of squares and then taking the square root of each one and writing it out in this format because it will always be this format. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in the next video where we will talk about how to do this kind. All right, see you then.